He's back. Nico's back, out at practice, dancing around, ready to go, ready to rumble for week number 10, barring setbacks or any other disappointing news. So we have to monitor it. It's not official. He's still very much being coined as likely to play. They think he's going to play, but the way he's maneuvering and navigating the field right now, this is a screenshot in the middle of one of his dance routines right before he runs a route. He looks fantastic. So Nico Collins, get him back in your lineup. We got CMC news. We got Jalen Hurts, maybe hobbled with an ankle, but he has his entire receiving arsenal from Goddard to both wide receivers, the entire gauntlet ready to go for week number 10. We have other news. Bigsby, Drake London, Brian Robinson Jr. is out. We got a whole bunch more to cover. Dak Prescott may be done for the year. Now, you're not going to hear everybody talking about this aspect of it, but Dak Prescott very likely done for the year. They're doing some scouring right now, some second opinion desperation attempts to try and see if maybe this thing is worse than the 4 weeks, the IR situation. We'll find out. My gut tells me Dak is done for the season. I think Dak is done for the season. Deebo Samuel, whole bunch of other news. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Yo, 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 welcome to the show. I'm your boy Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. We're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. We're also additionally live whenever big news breaks. We break that down. We go live constantly on this channel. Now, I'm a little bit under the weather today. Your boy's sick. And I've been in bed all day. I'm absolutely been leveled by one of the colds that usually come through this household by way of kids and messy hands and pandemics. I've avoided every single cold the last, 5 times. I've been absolutely an absolute machine. Immune system's been on point. I don't know how, because I barely leave the studio. I go get food, I exercise, that's about it. I don't really leave the domicile, but I am sick. I'm down bad. Appreciate you all being here and dealing with me, as I'm probably not as energetic today. Nico Collins back. You could see this right here, absolutely dancing around, and he looks fantastic. And I don't know that he won't suffer or will suffer a setback. Those are things we'll have to monitor. But walking into this moment in time right now on a Friday, he looks like he's going to be a good to go. Will he be limited? I don't know that he'll be that limited. They might have him on some sort of snap count, but it might be a in-game decision. Like, hey, how you feeling? You want to keep going? And then they don't limit him at all. I don't know that we'll be given some sort of, restriction. If we are, then we got to make decisions based on that. But I definitely think that the Nico should be in every single lineup going forward until you hear otherwise. So Nico Collins is back, baby, back. We've got the Philadelphia Eagle wide receivers back and ready to rumble. As you can see in the top of this tweet here, Eagle wide receivers ready to roll. This includes Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's back, and if you remember Dallas Goedert, he was absolutely on a tear at the beginning of the year and was an absolute machine. So very glad to have him back in lineups, and he'll be very helpful. And then Jalen Hurts, this one's kind of Sirianni's a horrible head coach. He is. Speaking Friday, Eagles coach Sirianni accidentally revealed that Jalen Hurts is dealing with an ankle, and his, I think, PR rep leaned in and said, no, he's just getting rested. And he's like, he's just being rested. They're lying about his injuries, like Shanahan does with his injuries. And then he walks it back and acts like he's not injured. So just so you know, Sirianni revealed that Jalen Hurts has an ankle injury, and his PR rep informed him he does not, that he's just getting rested. Sirianni, the head coach, looking like an absolute imbecile, goes, oh, I'm sorry, PR rep guy? Oh, he's not hurt? Okay, I'm the head coach. How would I not know this? Yeah, actually, he's not hurt. He's just resting. Sirianni's an absolute buffoon. And every single struggle, I know they've been injured. Look, we just told you, the wide receiver room for the Eagles, Goddard, everything's back this week. The struggles aside from that are all about this coach. This coach is an absolute debacle. An absolute debacle. And until next year, I don't know that we're going to see the team that I predicted we would see. I think they're capable of beating any team at any moment, at any time. 100%. But I also think that it's going to be harder than expected for this team to do what I said they were going to do in the preseason, which is win consecutive playoff games all the way straight on through to the Super Bowl and be a Super Bowl appearing team. I don't know. I mean, I think, someone like the Lions might have something to say about that. I think Sirianni's the one piece of this puzzle that might not allow this team to win consecutive games in the playoffs when it counts most. They are definitely capable of beating any team on any given Sunday, no doubt about that, but this head coach is a problem, and he needs to go. And I think the entire team would relish in his departure. Christian McCaffrey, I know everybody's getting really excited about this. Questionable for Week 10, but fully expected to play, assuming he has no setbacks. There's tons of different reports on this. I might even have different screenshots that say different things. But he is still technically questionable. But he's expected to get about 10 to 14 touches, somewhere in between there, so count on 12. And that could be enough to be significant low-end running back one numbers. It could be something where this guy exits with 70 total yards, and that's it. That means Jordan Mason's still going to have a heavy hand. It could be Garendo, but I believe it will be Mason, as Mason's shoulder removed from the injury report and will play Week 10 against the Bucks. This is the guy that's earned the job. I think it'll be a 50-50 split between this man right here, Christian McCaffrey, and you'll get a little Garendo in there, and this man, Jordan Mason, which means that, like in some of the crybaby, I can't believe everybody loves Jahmyr Gibbs more than Monty examples, each week when we come back and we say, look at how there's this rotation, which certainly is going to happen. There will be days where Monty outscores Gibbs. They're both absolute forces. We're going to have a similar situation here until he's back up to speed. And even if he gets back up to speed, keep in mind, this is a bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis. This is not something that, he finally got over it, like a calf injury or something. This is something that can flare up at any moment, any week, any game, halftime. You could play great for an entire half and come out and be hampered by it. We'll see what happens. I know if they rush him, he'll tear his Achilles tendon. That's how I feel about it. That's my opinion. You can take it or leave it. I've been doing this for 23 years, and my gut tells me his Achilles tendons, because he has Achilles tendonitis, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that they're vulnerable. And you could say, but this doctor over here, sports doctor, told me on Twitter that he's not likely to tear an Achilles tendon. He's not more likely. You can listen to whoever you want. But you don't have problems with your Achilles so much so that it creates calf injuries. That is a direct correlation. Having calf injuries, chronic calf injuries, and chronic calf concern means your Achilles is compromised. A very strong chance of it. You could just have a free calf injury, but if you have chronic calf concerns, look at Aaron Rodgers. You tear your Achilles tendon. So, we'll see what's what. But most Niner fans and most Christian McCaffrey owners are going to pretend that this man's going to return to full form. He's not. And if he does, he will get hurt. If they move him along slowly, that is his best chance of being a very good contributor, maybe to the tune of a low-end running back one, but not number one overall, to a low-end running back one for the remainder of the season. So keep that in mind. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to have an agenda. That agenda is just themselves feeling better about Christian McCaffrey and their 49ers. So make sure you're careful about how you approach Christian McCaffrey. Now, I would buy low, and I would sell high. I would do all of the above, because there is a world where he is good value. There's a world where he is good value to get rid of and sell high. Deebo Samuel questionable for week number 10 against the Bucks. Fully expected to play. Even when they interview him, he's talking about how it's on, that they're gonna take the league by storm now that they got everybody back in the saddle. So Deebo's no threat unless he has some sort of setback. of playing week number 10, but, obviously keep tabs on it. Tank Dell to the injury report with the back. Not concerned. He is listed as questionable, but, both Nico and Dell are listed as questionable. Even Nico, who's expected to play, look at him out on the field right now, is listed as questionable. They're listing both of their wide receivers as questionable. I think both of them will play, and I think Tank Dell has a day. And for those of you that think that Nico's return is bad for Tank Dell, I think it's good for Tank Dell. I've said it all week long. This isn't a convenient stance that I'm now taking to try and justify all my Tank Dell conversations. This is me telling you all week long when people call in and go, when Nico comes back, am I worried about Dell? And I say, no, Dell's better off with Nico back. We need Stroud in sync. We need him on tuned up and ready to go and firing on all cylinders. Stroud looks like trash. Stroud's playing like trash. Stroud right now is not even that startable for fantasy. And I think that can change, and I think Nico's the key. But I think that Stroud learned to use his left hand while his right hand was injured, his right hand being Nico. And now I believe when it all comes back together, he'll be able to utilize both. And keep in mind, with Diggs out with the torn ACL done for the season, Dell's going to play a different role now. Dell, like Hopkins, Dell, like Garrett Wilson with Devontae Adams on roster, I believe that Dell will be more efficient in a new role, his old role, the role we saw him thrive in, which was next to Nico without Diggs. This is going to be the exact formula that Dell needs, I think, to be a very, very productive player. We've got this right here, CeeDee Lamb off the injury report. He will play. But again, I really, truly believe that Dak Prescott, we will get news that Dak is out for the season. Whether we get that this week or not, he could just go straight to IR, but he's getting a second opinion. Headed for injured reserve. The only question now is how bad is the news? This is coming from Ian Rappaport 22 minutes ago. I do believe not only is he going to IR, he's out for the season. So that's my speculation and my guess based on everything that I'm hearing. I just don't think there's a shot in hell. A shot in hell. I don't think there's a chance in hell that his tendon ripping off the bone at the point of contact, at the insertion point, where the three different tendons wrap around together. That's where he ripped and tore this injury. There's just no way he's coming back this year. If he did, he'd be putting himself at risk, just like I said that Christian McCaffrey would be at risk if they run him out there at 100%. You just can't do it. Chris Olave, this is awful news. Injured reserve is on the table, which would be a new 10 string of games that he would, a new string of 4 games that he would miss. Chris Olave, IR, on the table for the concussed receiver who has had now, what is it? I think this has been his, 5th or 6th concussion? Is it 6 or 7? I don't even know. It's been an awful amount. It's at least 5. It's between 5 and 7. But this news is horrible because this would be a fresh new 4 weeks. It wouldn't be, last week and we count. Chris Olave is out for 4 weeks the moment they decide he's going on IR. And it sounds like, and I would say this, 90% of the time that someone references a coach or a GM or someone, offensive coordinator, references that IR is on the table, it almost always is the case. They usually do not float that out there unless they're really being more optimistic than they should be. And even throwing that out there is reckless if they weren't considering it. So that's horrible. Horrible news for anybody that has Chris Olave, that he's might be out another 10. I keep saying 10. Week 10. He might be out week 10, 11, 12, 13. Tank Bigsby removed from the injury report. He will play, but so is ETN. ETN still has a little bit of sliver of hope of being a league winner, like a savior. And Tank Bigsby as well. These two situations are tough to get a grasp on, to be honest with you. I'd buy low on both of them. And when I say buy low, I mean like you're getting these guys at cellar dweller prices. But ETN has that sliver of hope of being that top 5 to 10 running back. Like, guys, I don't think people realize the moment that Bigsby gets injured bad enough, and remember, he hasn't been like a full-time ball carrier, for a while. So this workload's adding up on him. And not saying that ETN's been able to stay healthy either, but just keep in mind, if you hear me on a few things today, I want this to be one of the things, not the only thing, but one of the things you take away. The moment if this guy is ruled out for the rest of the season on some injury, or goes on IR, or it has a significant injury where he's going to miss several weeks and they're like, he's going to be out a while. This guy returns not only to top 12-ish running back value, he could be as good as top 5 to 7, top 5 to 8. He's been that good before. He's been banged up for a while. His coach even said weeks ago when Bigsby was kind of gaining momentum, the reason why you're seeing a lot of this is because he's been injured. He's been injured all year. Now, I can't guarantee that he will get better, but I venture to say ETN's on a lot of waiver wires right now. I venture to say walking into this week, people dropped him when they shouldn't have. I would say, Olave, drop Olave? No, not yet. You got to wait for these things. When I come out with the report that something could happen, you got to wait on it, bro. You don't know if Olave's officially going on IR. It's likely. It sounds really bad, but you can't drop him yet. Just like people shouldn't be dropping ETN. Like, why are you dropping ETN? Pick him up. If Tank Bigsby suffers some sort of injury, and it's a very, very likely scenario because he hasn't been a full-time ball carrier forever. This guy goes to a top 5 to 10 running back. So I'm actually very much intrigued by any deal that has a throw-in of Travis Etienne. So if you're doing a deal right now, see if Travis Etienne is on that roster. This is not good.
Motion detected at the front door.
Colts rule out Michael Pittman back versus Bills. Downs season, assuming Downs is healthy, is back in the saddle. Brian Robinson Jr., that will be more JT as well if JT's healthy, and it looks like we're not hearing anything about his ankle tweak that he suffered in week number 9. Brian Robinson Jr. is out. We'll have to make sure Eckler's healthy and good to go. He'll be another strong play, not amazing play, but strong play. Keon Coleman's expected to miss some time, multiple weeks, but he will not play week 10. That was just kind of confirmation there of something we already knew. Drake London questionable for week 10. I don't know how to read this one yet. We'll have more information on that tomorrow night. And walking into Sunday morning, Kyle Pitts hamstring, Friday's injury report. He's been removed. I believe this report's reading funny. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts hamstring from Friday's injury report. I believe they meant to type removed from Friday's injury report. Pitts is expected to play. And Jamal Williams, why is this relevant? Smitty, no one's using Jamal Williams. He's ruled out running back for the Saints. This means that Taysom Hill is going to get a whole bunch of work. So Taysom Hill, baby. He's a great tight end pick up and play, plug and play. Taysom Hill could be a savior. There's no channel that's been higher on Taysom Hill over the last 4 years than this channel right here. None. Zero. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. How? Because I created videos on this guy being a secret weapon, tight end, quarterback, wide receiver, running back monster the year that ESPN ripped it from him mid-season, and all the crybabies out there complained it was cheating when it was strategy for us. We drafted Taysom Hill on the assumption that sometime with his first time he was ever dual eligible, that if he got into the quarterback spot in position, when he was very much in competition, it wasn't like right now where he's not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback. They don't even consider him a quarterback anymore. The year that happened, that disaster by all the platforms that got scared because everybody cried to their mommies about how it wasn't fair, it was cheating. And if you were part of that, shame on you. But that year, he was in quarterback competition. So we said, pick him up, hold him all year. He's going to get into the quarterback lineup. He's going to be a starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints as your tight end. It's going to be like Superflex in a non-Superflex, and it sure was. And people won leagues based on it. And all the crybabies out there whining and complaining when they had the chance to do the same thing drove me nuts. Biggest Taysom Hill supporter right here. Channel has been on Taysom Hill for 4 or 5 straight years. He can win you a league in this scenario. No running backs helping out Alvin Kamara. When does he score? Probably in these situations. So get him out there if you've got him. That is all the news we have at this current moment in time. We've got A $20 hauler here from my boy, Hugh. Hugh, appreciate you. I think that's the only $20 hauler for right now. Let me read this and go in order in which to receive. Love you, Smitty. Hope you're feeling better. I'm all right. Thank you. Made a trade in my Dynasty League, currently 8-1. Gave Lamb and Bucky for Neighbors. I don't hate that. I think that Neighbors and Lamb are very even Steven right now. I think I very much look at it like that at this point in time. I'm very, very open-minded to either one. They both have similar situations, though. You know, Danny Dimes, a QB rotation awaiting him as well. Like, it's not done. He might have 2 more quarterbacks that he plays with by the end of the season. You just don't know. And at least Cooper Rush has some good track record with giving Lamb the production he needs. So I think I would lean toward Lamb. But I do think the injury to Dak and now the new news, mainly coming from my speculation, that Dak will be out for the season, or at least way past the 4 weeks, is making me feel like it's closer than it should be. But I still go Lamb chops because of Cooper Rush's success with Lamb in the past. But they're near dead even. If you want to get out of the Lamb game, I don't mind you going in the Debo direction. Maybe you get Debo in something. The Nico direction straight up if you want to take a risk. Cooper Kupp straight up, Puka Nacua and something. Those are all good avenues. Traded Monty and Downs for AK. Smitty approved. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I probably would have done that as well. AK, Monty, they're very, very similar, but Monty's a little bit more capped than a Kamara. Kamara's older, though, so there's concerns there, but Monty's had a tough time staying healthy, so it's not like he's any less injury-prone. Offered Bijan, Metcalf, Algier for AJB, Monty, Tracy. Bijan, Metcalf, Algier for AJB, Monty, Tracy. It's pretty even. Original, I can make arguments on both sides of that. I honestly could. I don't even think that's something that no one's getting taken on that deal. Nico plays Sunday Night Football. We'll know his status Sunday morning. Probably Thomas, but he's out there dancing around, so my guess is he's going to be fine. Trade Kenneth Walker. We'll just monitor all week or all weekend into kickoff, and we should have a good indication, but you might have to have a backup plan. Trade Kenneth Walker Sharps for Puka and Braylon. I'd rather have Puka. Yeah, definitely rather have Puka. Love Smitty, love the Smitty show. ETN or Bigsby, K9 on a bye. I'd probably say give me Bigsby for now, but can we address this in the morning, tomorrow or Sunday morning and tomorrow night? My team is stacked. I got Hurts and JD. Would you trade Hurts and AJB for Jettas? I want something else back. I wouldn't mind doing that trade, but I think you're giving up too much. My team is stacked. Yeah, you got it. You're giving them way too much. Rob, appreciate you. Got to ask the GOAT. Would you rather have Tyreek and Mixon for Nico and Walker, or Hopkins and Mixon for Nico and Aaron Jones? I'd rather have Tyreek and Mixon. I like Nico and Walker. It's very close, but give me Tyreek and Mixon. And Hopkins and Mixon for Nico and Aaron Jones. I'd rather have Hopkins and Mixon over Nico and Aaron Jones. Rob, those are all very close, though. Very, very close. Chris, appreciate you with the $20 hauler, looking to turn CMC Chase Brown into Barkley. Owner's a Niner fan, or Achan. Am I overpaying? Chase Brown and CMC. I mean, you could be. Turn JT and CMC, or CMC and Chase Brown. So either one of those. JT and CMC is way too much. Way too much. But the Chase Brown and CMC for Barkley or Achan is very arguable. It just comes down to, how do you believe CMC is going to rebound? Is he going to rebound to a top 5 running back or a top 6 to 10 running back? I don't think I'd do that JT one, bro, at all. No way, because JT alone could be as good as Achan or Barkley. I'm not saying he will be. I'm not saying I draft him ahead of him if drafting today, but we're talking about an argument that could be made that JT's right there, and you just giving away CMC and JT. You can't do that. Chase Brown and CMC, I don't mind that one for Barkley. I don't mind that one for Achan. I think you could argue either way. Kyler and Brown, Chase Brown for Hurts. I like that a lot too. I like that a lot. I like that almost as much. All right. Choose to Waddle, Leggett, MHA. I'm going to put Leggett on the bench this week. TP, appreciate you. Kittle for DJ Moore and Kincaid. I'd rather have Kittle by a lot. Starters are solid. Yeah, definitely do that trade, TP. That's a good trade. This one, Saquon owner wants Kyren, K9, and Hopkins. Woo! Kyren, K9, and Hopkins. Let me just put it this way, bro. Kyren is equal to Barkley. So what in the hell are you thinking? Why in the hell would you give up Kyren Williams, K9, and Hopkins for Saquon? Kyren and Saquon are dead even. I don't know which one I'd rather have. If I had 2 leagues starting over right now from week 10 on, I'd draft Barkley in one, I'd draft Kyren in the other, I'd draft Jamar Chase in the other. Those are the top 3 overall players. No way. At your flex, start BT, Tank, or Pickens. I'd probably go BT this week. I guess I'd go Pickens until BT proves he's totally healthy because he's still banged up. But hell no on that trade, bro. Okay, this one's from Ted. Ted with a $20 hauler. Absolute straight monster, Ted. I offered St. Brown, Tillman, and Laporta for CeeDee Lamb, Hopkins, and Otten. Do I make this trade? St. Brown, Tillman, and Laporta for CeeDee, Hopkins, and Otten. That's pretty damn good, bro. Hopkins is so intriguing. You know, it's like, is he that far from St. Brown? And I think I'd take the chance on the Lamb side, especially with Otten. I'd take the Lamb Hopkins side. They also wanted me to throw in CMC, and I wanted to give away. No. no. That's like a totally. That's like they also wanted me to give him a Rolls Royce. Like, I'm not saying CMC's a Rolls Royce necessarily. I'm just saying he could be. That's why we're hopefully, you know, can bounce back. Like, you can't just throw CMC in. That's ridiculous. It's a completely different trade. Cup for Nico. I'd rather have Cup. Well, I'd rather have Cup because of the injury, and we're still unsure if he's going to retweak it or something because he's trying to rush back just in the nick of time, and you just don't know with these things. So give me Cup by a hair. But a week from now, that could be dead even or in the Nico's direction. Smitty, should I flex a Dunze, Alec Pierce, or Demarcus Robinson? Why would you sit Demarcus Robinson? How he scored 4 touchdowns in 2 games, 2 back-to-back, 2 TD games, and it's not like a weird one-off situation. Like, he does well when the entirety of the wide receiver room is intact. He does very well. Spray, Panther. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate you. Freddie to the moon. I picked up Jonnu, but someone dropped Goddard. Should I drop Jonnu for him? I probably would. I mean, he was playing out of his mind before he got hurt, bro. He's a top 2 or 3 tight end. $10 hauler, 12-team PPR, 3-6. QB Herbert, T. Law, Achane, Chase Brown, Javonte, Neighbors, Hill, Debo. Very good team. Pitts and Joku. Got offered Mahomes and Najee and Reed. Mahomes and Najee, Reed, or Hopkins, Ertz for my Neighbors and Joku. This is too many like layers, like the slashes and the or. I'm trying to gather. Being sick and foggy, and I've got to read this and or minus, subtract, add, or I don't know what. Got offered Mahomes, Najee, Reed, or Hopkins / Ertz. What the hell is that? Is that Hopkins and Ertz or Hopkins or Ertz or Reed? What are we doing, Christopher? Neighbors and Joku. I'd take it. Give me Mahomes, Najee, Reed, and give me Reed or Hopkins. I'd rather have Hopkins than Reed. So give me Reed, Najee, Mahomes. I'd rather have Mahomes, Reed, and Hopkins, if that makes sense, unless you need the running back. And yeah, I'd love to have Cup. Mahomes, Cup, and Hopkins, that would be fire. If you could give up like something small back, I might be more interested in that. Pick 2, DJ Moore, Pearsall, J-Mo, Quentin Johnston. I'm probably going to roll with DJ Moore and J-Mo. I hate trusting in DJ Moore right now, but Quentin Johnston's a body catcher. Let's stop with this. You know, is he back? Is he doing? I mean, remember after week 1, he is. You know, it's like, or was it week 1? What was it? The week he did well. I don't know. And then he hasn't done anything really since, and now he's back to being in the spotlight. I don't trust the body catcher at all. Give me DJ Moore, who I trust very little, but J-Mo is back. I mean, look, people are going to people are not going to remember how I speak about J-Mo because I get very negative on him. But when he's on the field, he's elite. Near elite. So whenever you've got J-Mo, you play him. But will he screw up and fail out of the league somehow if he doesn't get his head on straight? Probably. Reed or Hopkins? I'm going Hopkins. In trade or start. Dell, Tyreek. I probably go Tyreek this week. Are we playing Nico this week? Squawk, of course we are. We're just going to wait until the 11th hour to make sure everything's good to go, though. You know, you don't know. Trade Zay and Otten for Chase Brown and Waddle. Or traded them before the game already got Kittle. Easy win. So traded Zay and Otten for Chase Brown and Waddle. I don't know. I'd say that's an easy win. Chase Brown and Zay are pretty close. Zay's inconsistent because of his situation, but he's been more consistent. I'd probably say with Otten, it depends. Yeah, you got Kittle. I would say it's a win. I'd rather have Chase Brown in your situation, but it's a very close call. Smitty got offered Bijan and Devontae Smith for Henry and Neighbors. Bijan got offered Bijan and Devontae Smith. Henry and Neighbors are crushing, bro. Henry and Neighbors is not really close. I'm sorry. I mean it's close, but I'm not hesitating, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Saquon and J-Mo for Henry. I'd rather have, and earlier when I was saying when I pick one overall, I've got Barkley, I've got Kyron, I've got Jamar Chase, and Henry. If I had 4 leagues, I would go 1 in each just to give Henry his credit. I'm sick right now. My mind's not all there. Of course, I would take Henry as well. So my answer here is Henry and Saquon are dead even. They really are. And you throw J-Mo in, it might be too much. Plus, Henry is 30 years old and has a little bit higher likelihood, even though Barkley's injury prone, you could say. Henry's got a higher likelihood, I think, of probably getting hurt if you had to throw a likelihood on one of them. Got offered Kyron, Reed, and Laporta for my AJB, Nico, and Fergie. I would take Kyron, Reed, and Laporta, but super arguable, bro. There's a couple reasons why. 1, I believe in Laporta. 2, AJB and Nico both have some major injury risk to me going forward. But enough to buy low. Enough to not sell low. Enough to hold. Or not enough to hold, You know what I'm saying. I'm holding Nico. I'm holding AJB. I'm not freaking out or selling them low. But would I go running toward the flames? And there might just be some flames in that situation? No, I'm not.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Darling. We will be back tonight. I'm not leaving yet. I'm just telling you that we'll probably be back tonight. I didn't do any videos during the day. Feel a little bit like a slacker today, but I've just been wiped out. I've been sitting there in bed, sleeping, and you get those like horrible, like repetitive dreams and it's like sweats. 828 caller, what is your name? Where are you calling from, bro?
Matt, North Carolina. What's up, State?
What's up, Matty? What can I do for you?
Thinking of sending an offer here. What do you think? Mike Cooper Cup and Kyle Pitts for his Cade Otton and Tyreek Hill.
Cooper Kupp and Kyle Pitts for Cade Otton and Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
I could go either way. Like if you need a change, bro, I could see banking on Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
If you're
like
but the thing is, like, I like Kupp a little bit more than Tyreek. Tyreek has his quarterback back. He hasn't even bounced back yet. There's some concern there. But at the end of the day, like, if you need to switch things up and you want to bank on Tyreek Hill being a top 1 to 5 wide receiver, because he still has the ability going forward to be number 1. Like, we don't know yet. 1 or 2 more weeks and we'll probably pull the plug on that idea. But that concept is still in play. He could be the number 1 overall wide receiver. We don't know. Cooper Kupp could still be 2 or 3 or 4, though. He was playing that way, earlier in the year before he got hurt. I would say it's dead even, bro. Go with your gut if you want to swing and have some crazy. The thing about it though, Kyle Pitts, what's he playing? Great offense. Cooper Kupp, what's he playing? Great offense that has a fighting chance, and they're doing everything they can to be the best team in the division, grab a wild card spot at the very least. You look at Tyreek Hill, he's in a dog water situation. So my final answer will be I lean toward the offenses, bro.
Sounds good.
All right, later, bro.
Thank you, buddy.
I think that ends up being the best approach you could have when you're in situations like this, is you lean toward what offense is better. I'm not saying Miami can't score, but if they have no playoff hopes, are they going to all be healthy? They're all going to be in the game. 403 caller, where are you calling from and what is your name?
I'm Smitty, bro. I'm from Canada.
What's your name, bro?
My name is Parm. I just sent the super chat over.
I just actually hung up on you. Matt, call back in, bro. Sorry. What did you say, Parm?
I'm here.
No, Matt, I know you're here, but I hung up on Parm on accident or whatever his name was. Pam?
Oh,
Pan?
sorry about that. Okay.
Was it Pan or Pam? Was it? I didn't hear what it was. Pam or Pan from Canada? Call back. Call back, Pam. I didn't mean to hang up on you, bro. Matt, go. You're live.
Sweet. Sorry, not feeling good, man. Prayers up.
Thanks,
Quick
pal.
question. Would you do rest of the season, if I could pull a trade off, would you do Lamar and DK over Allen and Lamb?
Lamar and DK over Josh Allen and Lamb? I'd take Josh Allen and Lamb. I'd take Josh Allen and Lamb.
And then a great quick start-sit question. Are we doing Hockenson or Otten this week? Do we follow the Otten train, or do we give Hockenson a chance with Carolina?
I mean, it's a good consideration, even though the instinct would say, why would you? Okay, Carolina, I get where you're going, I get why you're doing it, but like at the same time, like Otten's been on fire, bro. There's no reason to doubt this man.
Sorry.
Not to mention the oversaturation of Baker to Otten, no matter what the scenario is. That's the thing about Baker is it's kind of frustrating because you see someone like Mahomes winning games, undefeated, playing like a goat out there on the field, but he's not doing near the things that Baker's doing because Baker's constantly throwing the ball. He's constantly trying to get either his team back in it or just get out to an early lead, or he's in some sort of gunfight. But it's wild to me. It's frustrating to see Mahomes get like 5 shots really at throwing the ball in the end zone. Just real strategic Andy Reid offense, running the ball just completely. But Baker's like slinging, and Otten's going to get all the opportunities, bro. You cannot walk away from that.
Okay, then I'll start him. And Hawkinson's playing Jacksonville, not a big difference between Carolina and Jacksonville. They both suck. But, okay, thanks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, bro, my brain's so foggy I didn't even notice.
No, you're good.
All right, I know, but I mean, I didn't even catch it. All right, later, bro.
Oh, got it. All right, have a good one,
later, Matt. Okay, 403. Is this the Canada guy?
Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I accidentally hit the wrong button. You said Parm?
Yeah, you got it.
Parm?
Parm, yeah.
Okay.
So, Smitty, bro, I sent over the super chat for Kyron Reed Laporta for my AJB, Berg, and Nico.
Yeah. You got my answer, right?
So, yeah, I got your answer, but just to further it, what I do have is Wilson and Cooper on my bench as well. So would that kind of lean you towards accepting that trade? Because I have Mixon and Tracy, so I could use Kyron as my RB2, while I still do have Wilson and Cooper. So even if I give Nico and AJB away and get Reed in return, I think I'm still good on my wide receiver.
Well, I mean, I told you I wanted the Kyron side.
Okay, regardless of what I have.
Well, I mean, you painting a picture of things. Let me explain why Kyron fits better in my team doesn't make me want to not do the trade. It makes it feel even more of a good fit. But yeah, I mean, my decision without even knowing anything was Kyron. So yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
because I feel
definitely.
like Nico and AJB have potential for top 5 wide
They-
receiver, right?
They do, but they also are very, very risky right now, in my opinion. One of them playing a full season at this point, I wonder if there's only an 80% chance of that, or 70. Like, I feel like one of those guys, could they have a recidivism of sorts to some degree? Like AJ Brown literally tweaked his knee so bad he was limping to the locker room and looked like he was done for multiple weeks on some sort of meniscus tear. Like something caused that pain, that probably didn't go away. So I don't know. Meniscus tears are weird. They're kind of like, you almost look at it like, best way to describe it would be like that problem in your vehicle that you only hear when the mechanic's not listening. Like something's wrong. Like something's happening with his knee, and he's constantly having it trimmed and cut up. And I almost guarantee you that he's going to get a knee cleanup in the offseason. And that's going to indicate that something was wrong. Now, does he play the whole year without going out? He could. But I think Kyron and Reed and Laporta, I think you're fine. Laporta and Ferguson, throw that out. Very arguable. I'm going to be on the Laporta side, even though most would say Fergie. I'm going to say Laporta. I love them both. Reed and AJB, Reed and Nico, I'd rather have the AJB or Nico side of any way you stack that. But the Kyron over AJB, Kyron over Nico, I want that way more. And I think that it's pretty even when you lay it all out, but I want the RB.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, and the Mixon and Kyron stack would be great.
Yeah.
Those two. So.
All right,
thanks,
Parm.
man.
Later, bro.
Appreciate you,
Later, bro.
Take care, bro.
602 caller. You're calling from Phoenix. What's your name, bro?
Yo, what's up, Smitty? This is Infamous.
Infamous. What's up, Infamous?
Hey, man, how you doing? I'm just trying to figure this out. I asked you yesterday, but I think I might have mixed it around. So I'm trying to get McBride, and I have Kraft, and I also have Tracy. So I think I was asking you, think I should trade Tracy and Kraft for McBride?
Tracy, let's see here. Tracy Kraft for McBride.
Yeah, and I want to mention that my league hates me because I just got CMC for BTJ, ETN, and Bigby.
Nice job, bro. Tracy Kraft for McBride. I mean, there's arguments to be made here. The best player in the deal probably is McBride from a positional standpoint and just how much value he has. But Tracy could, like, with one more big game, be better than him at his position, relatively speaking. I mean, it just depends on what Tracy does. Tracy's kind of an enigma moving forward. Is he a high-end running back 2? Is he a high-end running back 3? One more game of mediocrity or intense, amazing production is going to change the narrative for that. So I would probably say if you don't need Tracy badly, McBride. If Tracy's a running back 2 for you and you're struggling, or you had you got CMC, you said you have CMC, and then you have like a player that's not even going to be there in the lineup, a month from now, then you need to go Tracy.
All right. Yeah, no, I actually have Mixon, and I have Connor on my bench. And
I'd probably go McBride. I'd probably go McBride then.
All right. Do you have time for one more quick question?
Yeah, one more.
All right. So what are we doing with MHJ? Because I have him, but I do have JSN, Tillman, and JMO on my bench.
You're just waiting, bro. You got to wait on him. There's nothing else you can do. You can't trade him. No one's trading for him. I still think.
Chase and Burrow, though.
You what?
I got Chase and Burrow, though.
Yeah, that's good. So you're off to a good start. I mean, MHJ could go on a tear at the end of the year. He's certainly capable of them. MHJ has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in one game coming up here. All will be forgotten, and everybody will be like, MHJ's back. People are fickle, bro. Everyone says drop him. He's no good. He's a bust, whatever. He's definitely busted in terms of the return value for sure. But, I mean, bro, we got week 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We still got 8 weeks of football. Like, there is a world where MHJ has like 1,100 yards, 1,200 yards on the year still, and has 10 to 12 touchdowns. Like, if MHJ scores that much in that short window of time, he won't have been a bust in hindsight. He will have got almost near the numbers people wanted. He just needs to go on a tear. And I don't know if he'll do that, but I'm certainly not going to like trade him away and not find out. All right, got to go, bro. Later.
All right, man. Later.
All right, I got to go fast through these guys. Jacob from San Diego, you got 30 seconds, bro.
All right, I'm in a 14-team league. I'm 3-6. Can I tell you my team or who I have? Will I make playoffs?
I don't know. You got 18 seconds, so use it wisely.
Yeah, I got Murray. I got Montgomery, Tracy, Dell, Jefferson, Smith, Miami tight end, White, running back for Tampa Bay.
Make the playoff shirt. Make the playoff shirt. Who's on IR?
Pacheco, and I got Reed on bye and then Joku on bye.
Make the playoff shirt. Win it all. Probably need a move.
All right, thank you.
So if you got a trade idea, come to me with that. We'll attack it. All right, later, bro.
But they don't even trade.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. Bruce, you're live. 30 seconds, Bruce. I'm sorry to keep you on a short timer here.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, Smitty, for my flex, who would you put? Tank Dell, Quentin Johnson, Xavier Worthy, or TJ Hawkinson?
Dell.
Dell?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure because he got hurt, and I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, make sure he's playing. He's questionable, but the thinking is he'll play. All right, Bruce, I might have the phone lines open again. Call back if you got another one. Appreciate you, bro. Jonathan, final caller, 30 seconds, go.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? I got Burrow, I got JT, Henry, Cup, Dell, Kittle, and Swift. Am I playing like Jameson or Otten over Swift this week, or do I stand down?
I don't know. That could go either way, bro. Jameson, Otten, Swift. Swift's been playing great. I'd almost say Swift is the safest call. Otten is obviously really, really good. Jamo's fantastic as well. It's pretty dead even. I kind of think you need to make a trade. Like, you need to make like two of these guys, especially Otten. You know, tight end needs out there are probably pretty big. So you could definitely trade Otten in a deal. I don't know why you wouldn't try and make a move. Trying to upgrade this into one bigger monster like Puka Nacua or Debo or something like that. Nico Collins.
Yeah, I'm talking to the Reed owner right now.
Yeah, but he's
willing to give up Chubb and Reed.
I like Reed, but Reed's more the same of this, bro. Reed's not that much greater than Jamo than Swift. Like, if I were you, I would try and get like a Debo or a Cooper Kupp or a Puka Nacua or a Kamara or something along those lines, or use this to upgrade a running back into Breece Hall. Use all this to upgrade a running back into Kamara. But my answer would be I might be crazy, bro. I'm going to say Jamo. Don't look, you got to trust your gut. This is me just on a whim. I just feel like Jamo, you know, as much as I think he's a mess and mentally, I just think he's got so much ability. I'm going to go Jamo, but that's me. Trust your gut, bro. I'm literally forcing myself to answer this. All right, later. Yeah, you got to trust your gut in those situations. I mean, I'm literally, the wind is blowing a certain degree to the left right now, you know, which is why I can say that. This is from Rick with a $20 hauler. We got Jason with a $20 hauler. These two get immediate attention right here. Hi, Smitty. Purdy or Daniels this week? I'm probably going Purdy. I think the Niners get everything kind of back in order this week. And what are your thoughts on Brooks? I've been carrying him. I think he got a big kick to the nutsack value-wise when this team extended Chuba Hubbard. So, I mean, people are talking about dropping him now. I don't know that I'd drop him, but it depends on who you could pick up. So, not super excited about him. How are you going to sign Chuba Hubbard to a $30-something million deal, $15 million guaranteed, like 8-ish, I believe, per year? 8 or 9-ish per year, I believe it was. What are you going to do? 14-team PPR, Tua, Amon-Ra, Cup, Achane, Hunter, Henry, MHJ, JMO. Didn't take it. Trade ideas, okay. Achane and Amon-Ra and Cup are fantastic. MHJ, JMO. Offered Debo for Cup, didn't take it. I mean, I still like Debo enough that I don't care that wasn't accepted. I don't know. For you, bro, you might have to. No offense. I just don't think this team is winning it. I think you got to try and trade Amon-Ra into 2 players, bro. You know, I don't know that you can even do it. Cup or Achane. I don't want to trade Achane. I never want to trade Achane. But if Achane can get you Breece Hall and a DK, or Breece Hall and upgrade JMO into Puka, or upgrade MHJ into Tyreek Hill or something like that, then I'm trading Achane into Breece Hall, Achane into Kamara, Achane into one of those really good running backs still. But Breece Hall is probably your way out, and Achane's worth more than Breece Hall, so you have to get something significant. But I think you need a move. Start 1 PPR, Dell or Downs. I'm going to go. Look, Downs is good with Pittman out. I would say Downs is safest. But I'd probably go Dell. But this is one of those weeks where people are going to be like, Dell's dead to me, or he's an absolute GOAT. I'd probably go Dell if it's me, but Downs is safer. League hates me. I got CMC and JSN for ETN, Bigsby, BT. Infamous, that's great, bro. That's a great trade. Smitty, I think I can help with the pan dilemma. Thank you, Squawk. I'm hoping you can. Because I get confused sometimes. This one is from Jason. He says, I also have JK. Well, then I definitely throw JK in, even more so. I don't just keep him and say, okay, this is now a league-winning team. I would use that. It's great news, and now you could throw him in and make a deal even better, a 2 for 2, instead of, like, now you trade Achane into Breece Hall or Kamara, and you can definitely turn JK into like a Hill or something like that. So that's fantastic news that you have another piece, a very tradable piece at that. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Kittle for Neighbors straight up. I'd take Neighbors straight up, and I'd rather figure out the tight end position a different way. The stacked team hurts JD5, Bijan, Tracy, AJ Brown, Lamb, Neighbors, Downs, Adunze, Bowers, Pitts, handcuffs. What moves? You're trading one of the tight ends, of course. You're probably trading Bowers because the value's higher. It is what it is. Bowers and maybe Tracy for one Kamara or Breece or something like that. I mean, Bowers and Tracy for Breece it's doable, bro. You know, you give up Downs as well. I think JD5, if it's a 1 QB, and I assume it is, JD5 and the tight end, if you could find just the right team that needs both of that with Tracy, could get you even a better player. I think Tyreek Hill makes a whole lot of sense for you. I think Debo, I think Cooper Kupp, I think you got Neighbors already. I think Puka, I think Kamara, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs has some weird value right now. Very, very attainable via trade. Gibbs and Breece Hall are. And Gibbs won't be again. As soon as he has a big day, it's like he'll be off the table again. But people are so fickle. XDS, appreciate you. Moose was offered Brian Robinson, J-Mo, and Devontae and Hawkinson for Amon, CD, and Worthy, or CMC and Worthy. Amon Ross, CMC, and Worthy, you were offered B-Rob, J-Mo, Devontae Smith, Hawkinson. I take the Amon Ross side. Also offered Olave and Goddard for Reed and Daniels. Olave and Goddard. Olave might be out for 4 or 5 weeks, bro. I don't want anything to do with Olave. Zero to do with Olave. Probably gonna go on IR, the word is. Not out, but need to make a move. Superflex. Burrow owner wants Gibbs and Neighbors. I said no. Hill owner wants McBride and Dobbins. Kincaid on the bench. I don't mind the McBride and Dobbins for Hill. Can you get somebody else thrown in? Lineup is Murray, Garrett Wilson, Neighbors, Jones, Gibbs, McBride. I like this team. Quarterbacks are hard to trade for in Superflex, bro. I could throw a bunch of mud at the wall, but like you're just gonna have to go to the teams that have like Mahomes and see if like you can do it. No one's trading Superflex QBs, almost never. So I don't even know how to suggest a trade. You'd have to come to me with one. But as far as this trade, I don't mind this trade. I think that JK's solid, and McBride's obviously great. He's obviously amazing. It depends who you could get. You got Kincaid on the bench, though. That's fine. I think Kincaid does well this week with all the injuries in that room. I'm probably going to say give me Tyreek Hill and Kincaid, even though you already have Kincaid. He's on your bench. But that in my lineup versus McBride and Dobbins. I think that you're saying you need a move. That's the move I would probably say gravitate toward. I think that'll help you. At least have a shot. Traded away CMC, Amon-Ra, and Pitts for Jettas and Achane. I'd take Jettas and Achane in a millisecond. With Tyreek questionable, do I start Debo? I mean, you always start Debo. Always. But Tyreek Hill also needs to be in your lineup, and he'll probably play. Do I drop Brooks for Ray Davis for my running back 2 spot? Probably. I probably would. 12-man, sit 1, Hall, Gibbs, Tracy, or Achane. Come on, bro. Come on. This is for your own good. You never sit Hall, you never sit Gibbs, you never sit Achane. Come on. Come on. Doesn't mean Tracy can't outscore those guys on any given Sunday, but come on, bro. Come on. All right. All right, hit me with Brucey, hit me with it. You're live.
Hey, I just got a trade offer after I got off the phone with you. McLaurin for Hall. I'd be getting Hall.
Yeah, Brucey, I would do that. Definitely. Definitely. Smash it. Anything else, pal?
No, I got that big trade off, and I was like, McLaurin's been doing really good for me. I was like, I don't know if I want to trade him away.
Yeah, but you got to take Breece Hall, baby. Come on, do it live.
All right.
Get Breece.
But I already got his backup. I got
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall.
Yeah, especially because you got Braylon Allen. It's a good move. Do it live.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate you. I'd be more enthusiastic if I wasn't sick. I'd be like, of course you do it, but I'm just like, I'm so out of it. What else have we got? How long have we been live? It's felt like 10 years. It's only been 57 minutes. Man. And for those that don't know the buy low list, I haven't eaten anything yet today. I didn't have an appetite. I just drank water. Probably lost like 5 to 10 pounds, I bet. These are the buy lows for this week. Mainly Gibbs and Hall. Nico, but now that's off the table. You see how that works on this channel? Nakua, Hill, Neighbors, Lamb. These are all buy lows. Those are all fantastic buy lows. This one here, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, Tyreek, Puka, and Debo. Easy call. You got good options, but I mean, you're not sitting those guys. And O'Donnell, appreciate your super chat. I traded DK and Devontae Smith for CD. I don't know. With CD's current situation, I might rather have DK and Devontae Smith. But, given that you have Puka, you have Hall, Bijan, this looks like a super team here. You got it in a 4 or 5 or a 6 or an 8-man league. I don't mind giving up a whole bunch of depth in this situation. So you didn't make a bad trade, Christopher. I just think in general, I don't know. I'd probably rather have I go back and forth. It's close, bro. It's close. I just think that DK is really good once he's back. But I don't know. You know what? 85 Hall, Bijan, CD, Puka. You got so much. It's such a deep lineup. I'm fine with that. I think you did good. I think you doing it with your team's different than someone else doing it. It doesn't have that kind of lineup depth. Trade Breece Hall and Waddle and Tracy and Swift. Trade Breece and Waddle for Tracy and Swift, I think is what you're trying to say here, Mark. I am not trading Breece Hall for that. No. Pickens, Monty. No, absolutely not, Mark. Come on. Why are we giving away Breece? Why are we giving away Breece Hall, guys? Why? I don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense. Just traded away Mahomes and Hopkins for Love and Jamar Chase. Yeah, you got to do that. Owner loves Mahomes. Yeah, I hate to see Mahomes go when he's getting cooking, and Hopkins. Hopkins is so amazing. That duo is so fun to own. But Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase, and Love is still very good, so I'm fine with that. $10 hauler, 5 and 4, 1 half PPR. Kyler, Russ, Achane, Breece, love it. Debo, Smith, McLaurin, like it. McBride, love it. Hawkinson's move ideas, DK, Nico, owner, not budging. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua are two players I love a lot. I think, Achane and Breece are so steady there. I'd maybe look to use Hunt to get Kyler into a Josh Allen or Hurts or something. Or use Hunt to maybe upgrade Devontae Smith and McLaurin into an elite like Cooper Kupp, St. Brown, or higher. JJ would be a target that I would have on my mind, bro. Jonathan, you're live.
I was just calling back. I was going to elaborate more on. I do have Cup. You said to go get Cup. I have Cup and DK Metcalf. Like, who should I target to trade away? Like my Swift and Otten, or Swift and JMO?
Swift and JMO, Swift and Otten. James Cook is intriguing. Yeah. Although some might say that Swift is better than Cook. It just depends on your preference. Camaro would be outstanding. Neighbors, Debo. I'm just going to throw out names. You might have said you had these guys. Nakua, Lamb, Gibbs, Hall. I don't think Gibbs or Hall are very... I'd say Gibbs is maybe attainable for that, but probably not. You try. You can't hurt to try. Hill, Neighbors, all these guys, except for Harrison and everybody on this list I would try and get, except for Harrison and Walker. I would try and get in a 2-for-2, but I don't think it. Him and Cook are kind of like, I'd make it more of a 2-for-2.
2-for-2. All right. Yeah,
but
definitely. Go ahead.
Yeah, but would I give up all three of Otten, Swift, and who was the other one? JMO? Otten, Swift, and JMO for Gibbs? Yeah. Yes. Yes, I would. Would I give all of them up for Hill or Neighbors or Chase or Nakua? I'd try and get another player back, but I'm very tempted to just go get a big gun. I give them all up for Hall, all up for Gibbs, all up for Nico, all up for Jamar Chase, and then you start getting a little bit dicey. I'd probably do it all for Lamb, Neighbors, Hill, etc. All right, bro.
All right, I appreciate it.
Later.
Thank you.
Yeah. Trade BTJ, Addison for Cooper and Pacheco. Amari Cooper is so hard to value. I'd probably say give me Pacheco if you're struggling to start BT Addison each week, then you're securing up your Kareem Hunt shares, but very arguable situation, bro. Very, very close. Let me see if there's any more news that's floating around there since we've been live that I haven't been able to check. I don't think so. Matt with a $5 hauler says, trade Devontae Adams for Swift or Dobbins. I'm going to say, if you need an RB, maybe. I'm almost rather you go get like Pacheco and something, but to secure up your Hunt share instead of going and searching for another running back. But I don't know. Mason, Hunt, Achane. Yeah, you're going to be in trouble at RB2 if Hunt does get, does take a backseat of some sort. Mason, I like that, but it's not guaranteed anything. I'd probably say, I guess I would trade Adams for Swift, but then I'd try and trade Swift for another RB. You know, I'd rather have Walker, or I'd rather do some bigger complex trade, Swift and another big piece for Breece Hall, Gibbs, Kamara. Ted, appreciate you. Do I trade away Connor, Hopkins, Otten for St. Brown, Tillman, Laporta? Man. Chat, what do you think? Would you rather have Hopkins, Otten, and Connor, or St. Brown, Tillman, Laporta? I kind of think Connor, Otten, and Hopkins. You know, my first instinct was the other side, St. Brown, you got it. And then I'm like, Hopkins is so damn good. And Otten's on fire. Can we get a vote on this one? Connor, Hopkins, Otten, or St. Brown, Tillman, Laporta? That's a close one. Connor side, 1 vote's got the Connor side. Trade my JK, BT, Downs, and Hunt or Bucky for Puka and JT. Yes. And I'd rather keep Hunt, obviously, over Bucky, bro. Yeah, that's an absolute smash if you can pull that off. Connor side. There you go. The chat essentially agrees with your boy. Mars, man, rock out. You're live.
What's happening?
What's up, bro?
Can I give you my team? I'm trying to make a trade. I got too many players.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Quarterback, Kyler Murray. Running back, Achan, Tracy, Hunt, Big B, Davis, Kenneth Walker, and then wide receiver, Cup, McLaurin, Downs, Shakir, and Jamin, and Marvin Harrison.
All right. Tight end?
You said what?
Tight end?
Taysom Hill and Likely.
All right. What are you trying to do?
I'll try to split some of it up because there's too many moving options.
Yeah. Probably trying to get rid of, like, I'm keeping Cup. I'm keeping Achan. I'm keeping. That's probably it. That's probably all my only ones I don't want to trade. I'm trying to trade, like, Scary Terry and Hunt for one player like Kamara, Breece Hall, Gibbs. I'd trade Walker and Hunt, Walker and Terry for Gibbs or Hall or something. I think Walker and Terry could get that. I think Kamara, Gibbs, and Hall are your 2 RBs or 3 RBs that you want to get. I think you got Cup, so I don't know if you mind having Puka. I wouldn't really mind, but Puka, Debo, Nico, DK, Tyreek Hill, CD Lamb are all those wide receivers that you could give up, like a JMO and Walker for, or a Tracy and Scary Terry for. You know, you get a Tyreek Hill in here for Tracy and Scary Terry, and you get Tyreek Hill and something that's intriguing to me. Lamb would be perfect.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Let us know when you have an actual offer. We'll break that down.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, but yeah, appreciate it.
All right, broski. I'll be back tonight.
Cool.
Later. All right, I think the phone lines are closed for now, guys. I'm exhausted. Let's see here. We've got trade Pickens and Devontae Smith for Love and Rome and Dynasty. No. I mean, it depends on, like, who your quarterback is, I guess. If Jimmy didn't give me any information on that, so I'm going to assume he's not your starter, or you have somebody better. If JT and Puka owner counters with Connor, would you do Bucky, JK, Downs, and BT for Connor and Puka? Would you do Bucky, J.K., Downs, and BT? Yes, I would take Connor and Puka in a heartbeat. Not even a hesitation. Fane, appreciate you. PPR 3 and 6 was offered St. Brown for my Bijan. Other moves. That's a tough call. That's a close call. Chat, what would you do, chat? St. Brown or Bijan? Please vote for our boy Fane. And what are your top 10 Dynasty QBs? Jedi, I don't know. I can't spit that off the top of my head. That's too hard to do off no offense, but at $2 like I can't. I don't know. I gotta pull up stuff. I'd say Josh, like just off the top of my head, Josh Allen and Mahomes is still right there. Lamar's in that mix. JD5's in that mix. It's a grab bag right there. Then it just becomes a blender. You know, a total blender. But I definitely think JD5 is in the mix now. JD5, Hurts, Mahomes, and then obviously Josh Allen. Thank you, Jedi. I appreciate you. And if I was pulling up, you know, Lamar, okay. Josh Allen, JD5, Mahomes, Hurts, Lamar, all kind of in that top 5. Then it's a total blender. That's not even doable in one sitting to try and figure out who 6 to 10 is, because we'd be going back and forth on it. Like we'd absolutely just be having an argument and discussion that would last like an hour. Which I don't mind doing, but I just don't think I can muster that up right now. My brain's foggy, bro. H-Chan for St. Brown. I'd rather have H-Chan. As for Fane's question, it looks like Bijan. St. Brown, he's 8 feet tall. Bijan. I tend to agree with the chat, especially given it's a running back. You're really good at wide receiver. I feel like you're tearing down your running back room by doing this, so I'm going to probably say no. And as far as moves, I don't think I move anything, bro. Your team is ready to cook, unless I'm trading like Swift for like Tyreek Hill, or Swift for Debo, or Swift for DK, or Swift for, which I would do. These are all moves I would do. Swift for Puka, Swift for, Swift and something for Puka. Like that would be an amazing trade, and someone might do that because Swift is an RB. So definitely consider that. But past that, I'm holding that team. That team looks great, and I keep Bijan. Got offered Puka and Kareem Hunt for Chase Brown and Bowers. I'd take Puka and Kareem Hunt, to be honest with you. I love Hunt right now, and I love Chase Brown right now, and I love Bowers. I love both those players. But I think I'd rather have Puka. I think Puka is a league winner. It's a big difference maker for you. Love Chase Brown though. I could make arguments. All right, guys, I will be back tonight. I'm pretty sure. I could pass out. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to try and be back tonight for some Q&A. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you all to my super chatters. Thank you all to the phone callers. Thank you all for being patient with me. I'm sorry, Jedi, I couldn't give you a top 10. I give you a top 5. All right, I appreciate you all. I'll see you all tonight, most likely. I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is what this show is. I'm also live additionally whenever big news breaks, and I'm also live additionally a lot of midnights doing graveyard streams. So I'll see you all then. Appreciate you.
He's Kyron, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdown.
Hey, Chan. Hey, Chan is the man. His haters call him small,
but he is 9 feet tall.
H-N.
But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs' workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megabolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 to 10 running back instead of top 6 to 10. Make sure you get your Jahmyr Gibbs shares before it's too late. Top 1 to 5 running back. He's capable of being the number 1 overall running back going forward. And people just want to discard him for whatever dumb reason that helps them feel better about the agenda they've been pushing the entire season. So get your Gibbs shares now.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He's Breece.
He does a hull of a job. A hull of a job. A hull of a job.
Breece Hall, please report to the moon.
He does a hell of a job.
Same thing applies to Breece Hall. Breece Hall, Gibbs, go get him now before it's too late. See you all later. Appreciate you.